Welcome to the King of the Jungle, a lion's pride, where we embark on a fascinating journey into the world of one of nature's most majestic creatures, the lion. As we step into their wild domain, we'll uncover the intricacies of their lives, from the powerful bonds that tie them together to the complex social structures that govern their every move. Lions are not just solitary predators. They are a symbol of unity, strength, and survival. In the vast savannas, lions work together to defend their territories, hunt as a team, and raise their young. With each roar, they assert their dominance over the land, their pride standing as a testament to their power and resilience. But life in the jungle is never without its challenges. Rivalries with other prides, the struggle for food, and the unyielding forces of nature constantly test their resolve. Yet, through it all, the lion remains the undisputed king, reigning not just through sheer strength but through an unbreakable sense of togetherness. This is a world where survival is a team effort, where every member of the pride plays a vital role. From the dominant males to the fierce lionesses, each lion has its place in the hierarchy, and each action contributes to the greater success of the group. Join us as we explore their hunting strategies, their complex social dynamics, and the fierce loyalty that defines their kingdom. In the world of lions, every day is a battle for survival, and yet it's their unity that ensures their place at the top of the food chain. Step into their world and witness firsthand the strength, the strategy, and the spirit of the pride that makes the lion truly the king of the jungle. To truly understand what makes lions the kings of the jungle, we must first meet the pride. The pride is the cornerstone of a lion's existence, a tight-knit family unit that defines their strength and survival. Unlike many other big cats that roam alone, lions stand apart as social creatures. This unity is their greatest weapon, allowing them to rule as apex predators in their domain. At the heart of the pride is a carefully balanced structure. Dominant males, with their flowing manes and powerful presence, lead and protect the group, staking claim to territory and ensuring the survival of their lineage. The lionesses, sleek and strong, are the pride's strategists and providers. Their coordination and teamwork in the hunt are unparalleled, a seamless dance of speed and precision that ensures the pride thrives. Then there are the cubs, playful yet vulnerable, representing the future of the pride. They learn survival skills from their elders, absorbing the lessons of strength, patience, and unity as they grow. What sets lions apart as apex predators isn't just their physical might, though their sharp claws, powerful jaws, and fearsome roar are certainly impressive. It's their intelligence and cooperation that make them unrivaled. They work together to take down prey much larger than themselves, pooling their strengths to overcome even the toughest challenges. Their ability to communicate, plan, and execute makes them masters of their environment. But life as an apex predator comes with its own set of challenges. Lions face fierce competition from other predators and rival prides, and their survival depends on their ability to adapt, defend, and remain united. In every roar, every hunt, and every interaction within the pride, you see a creature that is as much a part of its family as it is a ruler of the wild. Join us as we delve deeper into the world of jungle lions, uncovering what makes this species a true marvel of nature. From their unique social structures to their role as apex predators, the pride stands as a symbol of power, resilience, and the intricate balance of life in the wild. Life in a lion pride is a finely tuned balance of structure, cooperation, and survival. Unlike the solitary lives of most big cats, lions thrive in groups, forming social units known as prides. These prides are not just random gatherings, but highly organized systems where each member has a specific role to play. At the top of the hierarchy are the dominant males, often 2 or 3 brothers who have fought their way to leadership. These males are the pride's protectors, patrolling the territory, defending against intruders, and ensuring the continuity of their bloodline. Their deep, thunderous roars are not just calls, but declarations of power, signaling their presence to rival males and potential threats. The lionesses form the backbone of the pride. They are its hunters, caregivers, and teachers. Through extraordinary teamwork, they execute hunts with remarkable precision, targeting prey with a combination of speed, strategy, and endurance. Beyond the hunt, they nurture and protect the cubs, teaching them the skills they'll need to survive in the unforgiving wilderness. Cubs, the youngest members of the pride, represent both the future and the heart of the group. Playful and curious, they are the center of attention, often doted upon by the entire pride. Yet, their journey to adulthood is fraught with danger. From rival males seeking to take over the pride to the constant threats of predators and starvation, only the strongest and most resilient cubs will grow into the next generation of lions. What makes the pride so fascinating is its dynamic nature. Membership isn't static. Lionesses typically remain in the pride they were born into, while young males must leave once they come of age. These nomadic males, often forming coalitions with their brothers, roam the savannah in search of a pride to take over, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the pride story. Every member of the pride is connected by a shared purpose, survival. From the unity in their hunts to the care they provide for one another, the pride is more than just a group of lions. It is a family. Through cooperation and mutual support, they navigate the challenges of the wild, standing as a testament to the strength of community in the animal kingdom. In the heart of the savannah, a lion pride's survival hinges on its leadership. A strong leader is more than just a figurehead. He is the guardian, the strategist, and the cornerstone of the pride's success. Leadership among lions is not determined by mere chance. It is earned through strength, resilience, and the ability to protect and provide for the group. The dominant male or coalition of males serves as the pride's first line of defense. Rival lions are constantly on the prowl, seeking to take over a pride and establish their dominance. It is the leader's responsibility to repel these challengers, ensuring the safety of his lionesses and cubs. A failure to do so can lead to catastrophic consequences, as a successful takeover often results in the death of the existing cubs, paving the way for the new leader's lineage. Leadership is also crucial for maintaining stability within the pride. The dominant male secures the pride's territory, marking boundaries with scent and roars that echo across the landscape. This territorial claim is vital, as it provides access to essential resources like prey, water, and shelter. A strong leader not only defends these resources, but also ensures that the pride can hunt and thrive without the constant threat of competition from other predators or rival prides. For the lionesses, a dependable leader provides a sense of security, allowing them to focus on hunting and raising the cubs. Without a strong protector, the pride would be vulnerable to external threats, from roaming males to opportunistic predators like hyenas. The bond between the leader and his pride is not just about dominance. It is about mutual reliance and the survival of all members. However, leadership in the wild is never permanent. Over time, even the strongest males age, and younger, more powerful challengers will rise. When the time comes for a leader to defend his throne, the battle is fierce and unyielding, a stark reminder of the natural order. Yet, this cycle of leadership ensures the pride remains strong, always led by the fittest and most capable lions. Ultimately, the strength of a pride's leader shapes its future. His ability to protect, provide, and inspire loyalty determines whether the pride thrives or falls. In the unforgiving world of the jungle, leadership is not just about ruling. It is about ensuring the legacy of the pride endures for generations to come. A lion pride is a masterful balance of roles and relationships, a social structure that allows the species to thrive as a collective force in the wild. Every member plays a distinct part, from the formidable males to the agile females, and the vulnerable but spirited cubs. Together, their coordinated efforts create a unit that is greater than the sum of its parts, showcasing one of nature's most fascinating examples of teamwork. The pride's male lions, often referred to as the coalition, hold the position of protectors and leaders. Typically numbering 1 to 3, these males have fought battles to earn their place, fending off rivals in displays of sheer power and determination. Their roles extend far beyond dominance. They patrol the pride's vast territory, roaring to announce their presence and warn off potential threats. Their imposing presence discourages rival lions from attempting to invade, while their strength serves as a deterrent against other predators, such as hyenas or leopards. In times of scarcity, the males may also participate in hunts, though their primary duty lies in ensuring the pride's security. The lionesses, on the other hand, are the pride's providers and nurturers. They form the core of the group, often consisting of sisters, aunts, and daughters who remain together for life. Their coordination during hunts is unparalleled in the animal kingdom, as they rely on a combination of stealth, speed, and strategic positioning to bring down prey. Each lioness has a role in the hunt. Some drive the prey forward, while others lie in wait, ready to ambush. Beyond their prowess as hunters, the lionesses are also responsible for rearing the pride's cubs. They nurse, groom, and teach their young, sharing the responsibility among themselves in a display of communal care. The cubs, though small and playful, represent the pride's future. They are the most vulnerable members of the group, dependent on the lionesses for food, protection, and guidance. Their days are filled with games that mimic the skills they will need as adults, such as stalking and pouncing. These activities are not merely play, but essential training for their eventual roles within the pride. While the cubs receive attention and care from all the females, they must also navigate a delicate social world. Male cubs, in particular, face a unique challenge, as they will eventually be forced to leave the pride once they reach adolescence, embarking on a nomadic journey to establish their own coalition. What makes the pride's dynamic so remarkable is the interplay between cooperation and hierarchy. Each member knows their role, yet the pride operates as a cohesive unit where mutual support ensures survival. The lionesses hunt and care for the young. The males protect and defend, and the cubs learn and grow under the watchful eyes of their elders. This division of labor is essential, as life in the wild is a constant test of endurance, adaptability, and resilience. However, the pride structure is not without challenges. Rival males are a constant threat, often seeking to overthrow the existing coalition and claim the pride for themselves. When such takeovers occur, the new leaders may kill the cubs of their predecessors to bring the lionesses back into estrus, securing their own lineage. This brutal reality underscores the fragility of life within the pride, where survival is as much about strength as it is about strategy and unity. In the ever-changing landscape of the savanna, the pride's dynamics are a testament to the power of social cooperation. Each role, from the dominant male to the playful cub, is vital to the group's success. Together, they embody the resilience, strength, and adaptability that have allowed lions to reign as true kings of the jungle. The strength of a lion pride doesn't just lie in its size, hunting prowess, or territorial dominance. It lies in the deep social bonds that unite its members. These bonds, formed through grooming, play, and shared responsibilities, create a sense of unity that is essential for the pride's survival in a challenging and competitive environment. One of the most visible ways lions strengthen their connections is through grooming. This behavior is far more than a simple act of hygiene. It is an expression of trust and affection. Lionesses and cubs frequently groom each other, using their rough tongues to remove dirt, ticks, and debris from each other's fur. The act of grooming not only keeps the pride healthy, but also reinforces emotional bonds. Even the dominant males, often seen as aloof, will sometimes engage in grooming sessions with their lionesses or cubs, signaling their acceptance and connection to the pride. Play is another cornerstone of pride bonding, particularly among the cubs. For these young lions, play is both a joyful activity and a critical learning experience. Cub games, stalking, pouncing, and wrestling, mimic the skills they will need as hunters and warriors in the future. These playful interactions also foster relationships, teaching cubs how to work together and navigate the pride's social structure. Even the adults join in on occasion, demonstrating patience and care as they allow cubs to climb over them or engage in mock fights. Beyond play and grooming, the pride's shared responsibilities create a sense of collective identity. Lionesses work together seamlessly, whether they are coordinating a hunt or protecting the cubs. When one lioness is away on a hunt, others take on the role of babysitter, ensuring the safety and well-being of the young. This shared caregiving fosters a sense of community and cooperation, where every member contributes to the pride's success. Hunting itself is a profound display of cooperation. Lionesses rely on intricate teamwork, using signals, positioning, and timing to bring down prey. Each lioness trusts her companions to execute their roles flawlessly, knowing that a failed hunt can mean days without food. This reliance on one another during high-stakes moments solidifies their bond, reinforcing the understanding that they are stronger together than alone. Even the dominant males contribute to the pride's unity, albeit in more subtle ways. Their presence provides a stabilizing force, protecting the pride from external threats and ensuring its continuity. Although they rarely hunt, their defense of the pride's territory is a form of shared responsibility that benefits every member. These acts of bonding and cooperation extend beyond survival. They create a culture of connection within the pride. Through grooming, lions build trust. Through play, they teach and learn. Through shared responsibilities, they create a system where every individual has a role and every role matters. In the harsh and unpredictable world of the wild, these bonds are the glue that holds the pride together, ensuring not just survival, but the strength and resilience needed to thrive. The pride's ability to bond and cooperate serves as a reminder of the power of unity. In their roars, their hunts, and their gentle grooming sessions, lions show us that their rule of the jungle isn't just about dominance. It's about family, teamwork, and an unbreakable sense of belonging. The lion pride, while tightly bonded, is not free from the tensions that come with power and ambition. Its structure is deeply rooted in hierarchy, with clear roles and dominance patterns, but maintaining this order is an ongoing challenge. The natural cycle of life within the pride, marked by the emergence of young contenders and the threat of external rivals, ensures that leadership and power are constantly tested. At the top of the hierarchy are the dominant males, whose authority is never guaranteed. These leaders, often brothers or close allies in a coalition, claim their position through strength and persistence. However, their reign is precarious. As the years pass and their power wanes, rival males, often younger and stronger, inevitably challenge them. These takeovers are brutal and unforgiving. The rival coalition does not merely aim to oust the reigning males, but to erase their lineage by killing their cubs. This grim act forces the lionesses back into estrus, enabling the new leaders to sire their own offspring and secure their genetic legacy. Within the pride, power struggles are not limited to external threats. The dynamics among the lionesses also play a role in shaping the group's order. Although lionesses are deeply cooperative, so competition exists, particularly when it comes to access to resources like food and care for their cubs. Older, more experienced females often dominate, securing the best positions during feeding and guiding the pride's movements. This internal hierarchy ensures that the pride operates efficiently, but it is not without occasional friction, as younger lionesses push to assert themselves. For young male cubs, the path to adulthood is fraught with challenges. As they grow, they begin to test boundaries, both with their mothers and the dominant males. These interactions, though seemingly playful, are practice for the power struggles they will face in the future. Once they reach adolescence, young males are forced to leave the pride, a moment that marks the beginning of a harsh and uncertain journey. Forming coalitions with brothers or unrelated males, they roam the savannah as nomads, searching for a pride to challenge and claim as their own. These young nomads represent a constant threat to established coalitions. Their arrival at the edge of a territory is often met with roaring confrontations and, if necessary, violent battles. For the dominant males, defending their leadership is a matter of survival, not only for themselves but for their cubs and the stability of the pride. These clashes are defining moments where strength, strategy, and sometimes sheer luck determine the future of the pride. The lionesses also face challenges during transitions of power. When a coalition of males is overthrown, the lionesses must navigate the upheaval, protecting their cubs if possible and adapting to the new leaders. This adaptability is a testament to their resilience, as they balance the need for survival with the instinct to defend their offspring. Despite these struggles, the hierarchy within a lion pride is essential for its survival. It provides structure and stability, ensuring that resources are shared, hunts are coordinated, and the pride remains protected from external threats. The constant tension of power struggles is not a weakness, but a mechanism that ensures the strongest and most capable lions lead, maintaining the pride's dominance in a competitive and unforgiving environment. Through hierarchy and power struggles, lions demonstrate a profound ability to adapt and endure. The pride structure is both a battleground and a sanctuary, where every challenge faced, whether internal or external, shapes the group into a formidable force. In this ever-shifting balance of power, the lion's spirit of resilience and determination ensures its continued reign as the true king of the jungle. The lion's kingdom is not defined solely by its members, but by the vast expanse of land they claim as their own. A pride's territory is its lifeline, providing access to prey, water, and shelter while ensuring the safety of its cubs. Securing and defending this domain is a critical aspect of pride life, requiring constant vigilance and strategic actions that showcase the lion's intelligence, strength, and cooperation. Marking their territory begins with scent. Lions use their urine to create invisible boundaries, spraying on bushes, trees, and the ground to send a clear message to other prides and roaming males. This land is claimed. These scent marks are reinforced regularly, especially along the edges of the pride's territory, ensuring that any intruders are immediately aware of the pride's presence. This olfactory signal is not just a deterrent, but a declaration of dominance, a testament to the strength of the pride. Strength lies in their numbers and their relentless pursuit of prey. A lone lion might stand little chance against a pack of wild dogs, but lions are not easily deterred. They fight fiercely to protect their territory, their pride, and their food sources. However, the most dangerous and persistent threats come not from individual encounters, but from the shifting tides of nature. Droughts, fire, and the changing movements of migrating herds all test a pride's ability to adapt and defend. Lions must contend with the pressures of their environment, often having to travel further, expend more energy, and face greater risks just to secure a meal. Yet, it is through these hardships that the pride's bond grows stronger, with each lion relying on the others to make it through the toughest times. Perhaps one of the most poignant examples of protecting their kingdom comes in the defense of their young. A lioness, fiercely protective of her cubs, will put herself in harm's way to defend them from any threat, be it a rival pride, a predator, or even a rogue male. The bond between mother and cub is one of the strongest in the animal kingdom, and it is the pride's shared responsibility to ensure the cub's safety. The older females, often sisters or aunts of the cubs, will step in to assist the mother in guarding the young. The unity and cooperation of the pride during such times are a testament to the deep familial ties that bind them. Protecting their kingdom is a challenge lions face every day, but it is one they rise to meet with unmatched courage and determination. Each encounter, whether with a rival pride, a scavenger, or the forces of nature, tests their strength, their strategies, and their unity. The price of failure is high, but the rewards of success, territory, food, and the future pride are worth the constant effort. Through every battle and every defense, lions reinforce their position as the true rulers of the jungle, ensuring that their kingdom remains theirs for generations to come. For lions, territory is far more than a stretch of land. It is their lifeline, the foundation upon which the pride's survival depends. A well-maintained territory provides food, shelter, and security, ensuring the pride's stability and prosperity. Without it, the delicate balance of their social and ecological world would collapse, leaving them vulnerable in an unforgiving environment. The most immediate benefit of a territory is its abundance of food resources. A pride's domain is carefully chosen to overlap with areas rich in prey, such as zebras, wildebeest, and buffalo. These prey animals often follow seasonal migration patterns, so lions establish their territories along migration corridors or near water sources, where prey tends to congregate. By claiming and defending these prime hunting grounds, The pride secures access to the sustenance it needs to thrive. Without an established territory, hunting would become a constant gamble, and the pride could face starvation during leaner times. Shelter is another critical aspect of a lion's territory. Lions are not tree climbers or burrow diggers. They rely on the natural landscape to provide safety and shade. A good territory includes shaded areas to escape the blazing sun, dense vegetation where cubs can hide from predators, and elevated vantage points for surveying their surroundings. These features are essential, particularly for protecting the pride's youngest and most vulnerable members. Lionesses carefully choose secluded dens within the territory to give birth and raise their cubs during their first few months of life, ensuring they are hidden from potential threats. Territory also plays a crucial role in the pride's overall well-being. It offers not only physical resources, but also a sense of security and stability. When a pride has a clearly defined and uncontested territory, its members can focus on hunting, bonding, and raising cubs without the constant stress of external threats. In contrast, a pride without a stable territory must live on the move, often venturing into the domains of other lions or predators, where conflict is almost inevitable. This nomadic existence is dangerous, as it increases the likelihood of injury, starvation, and loss of cubs. The pride's sense of identity is also tied to its territory. The land they claim and defend becomes a shared symbol of their strength and unity. Scent markings, roaring, and territorial patrols are not just practical defenses. They are acts of pride and ownership. Each boundary marked and every challenge met reinforces the pride's dominance over its domain, ensuring that their legacy endures. However, territory is not a static asset. It requires constant effort to maintain. Seasonal changes can alter the availability of resources, forcing the pride to adapt by shifting their hunting patterns or expanding their range. Droughts, in particular, can devastate a pride's territory, drying up waterholes and pushing prey animals to migrate elsewhere. In such times, the pride must decide whether to hold their ground and endure the scarcity or risk venturing into rival territories in search of sustenance. The importance of territory is perhaps most evident in its role as a buffer against external threats. Rival prides, lone males, and other predators like hyenas or wild dogs are a constant presence in the wild, waiting for any opportunity to encroach. A clearly defined and well-defended territory serves as a deterrent, reducing the likelihood of conflict and protecting the pride's members from unnecessary danger. Dominant males play a key role here, patrolling the borders and roaring to announce their presence. Their vigilance ensures that potential rivals think twice before challenging the pride's claim. Ultimately, a pride's territory is its most valuable asset. It is where they hunt, rest, bond, and raise their young, a sanctuary that sustains their physical and social needs. The pride's ability to secure and defend its domain is a testament to their strength and resilience, qualities that have allowed lions to reign as apex predators for centuries. In the vast and competitive world of the jungle, territory is not just a necessity, it is the foundation of the pride's very existence. The hunt is where the lion pride's strength and unity are most vividly displayed. While many predators rely on speed, stealth, or individual prowess, lions stand apart as master strategists, relying on teamwork, coordination, and mutual trust to bring down prey far larger than themselves. Team hunting is an intricate dance, a carefully executed series of maneuvers designed to outsmart and overpower prey, and it requires every member of the pride to play their part. At the heart of successful lion hunts is a coordination between the lionesses, who take the lead in most hunts. Unlike solitary hunters, lionesses are deeply connected in their roles, and their success depends on their ability to work in tandem. The pride's territory dictates much of their hunting strategy. The lionesses will know their land intimately, the hiding spots for prey, the patterns of migration, and the locations of waterholes. A skilled huntress uses this knowledge to set up ambushes and position herself in the best possible location to surprise prey. The hunt begins with an extensive plan. When the pride is ready to hunt, the lionesses gather, often separating into smaller groups to cover different areas of the target zone. Each member of the group has a specific role. Some will stalk the prey, others will drive it toward the waiting ambush, while a few might distract or corral the animals into a confined space. Lionesses are exceptional at using their environment to their advantage. Tall grass, rocky outcrops, and even the shadows of trees provide cover, allowing the lionesses to approach undetected. One of the most effective tactics used by lionesses is the push and ambush strategy. In this scenario, several lionesses will work in tandem to push a herd of herbivores toward the lioness or group lying in wait. The key is timing. If the ambushing lioness is in position at the right moment, she can leap from her hiding spot and strike with surprising speed. This ambush element is crucial because it reduces the distance the lioness has to run, making the hunt less energy-consuming. Once the prey is within range, the lionesses move as one, cutting off escape routes, forcing the animal into a corner, and ultimately bringing it down. For larger prey, such as buffalo or wildebeest, the hunt becomes even more complex and requires greater coordination. In these instances, multiple lionesses will work together to wear the animal down. They may take turns chasing or darting in to grab a leg, hampering the prey's ability to escape. The lionesses may feint to confuse the herd and cause panic, leading the target to break away from the group and become isolated. Once alone, the prey becomes more vulnerable to a coordinated attack. The males, while not always involved in the chase, play a crucial role when the hunt reaches its climax. Their strength and size make them invaluable when subduing large prey. Once the lionesses have cornered or weakened the animal, the dominant males often leap in to deliver the final blow. Their job is to immobilize the prey, pin it to the ground, and ensure that it cannot escape. While the males may not participate in every hunt, when they do join in, their presence often ensures success, as their power is needed to bring down heavy or aggressive prey. Throughout the entire process, communication is key. Lions communicate through body language, eye contact, and low growls to signal each other, ensuring that everyone knows their role and when to act. This level of communication and understanding, built on trust and years of shared experience, allows the pride to act as a singular, unified force. Every member of the pride knows that their success depends on each other, and that knowledge drives the hunt forward. The hunt also highlights the lion pride's cooperative spirit. The lionesses are not just fellow hunters. They are family. They understand each other's strengths and weaknesses, and their relationship extends beyond hunting to raising cubs, grooming, and defending their territory. The bond between the lionesses is the foundation upon which successful hunting strategies are built. The cubs, too, are part of this intricate system, learning the tactics of the hunt from the adults. Though they don't participate directly, cubs are often present during hunts, observing and absorbing the lessons that will one day make them capable hunters in their own right. Despite their cooperative nature, lion hunts are not always successful. Lions can spend hours stalking and chasing prey, only for the hunt to end in failure. This is where the pride's ability to adapt becomes essential. A failed hunt means no food, and hunger can quickly turn desperation into dangerous decisions. It is in these moments that the pride must rely on its resilience, learning from past mistakes and refining its strategies for future hunts. In the end, the lion pride's success lies not just in the strength of any individual member, but in the collective power they generate when they work together. Every hunt is a testament to the pride's ability to coordinate, communicate, and cooperate under pressure. When the lions bring down their prey, it is not the victory of one lion, but of the pride as a whole. It is a shared triumph, a powerful reminder of the strength and unity that allows lions to thrive as the kings and queens of the jungle. In a lion pride, the hunt is a carefully orchestrated operation, with each member playing a vital role in ensuring the success of the mission. The division of labor is based on each lion's strengths, experience, and size, and it is this cooperative approach that allows the pride to take down even the largest and most elusive prey. From the initial tracking to the final kill, every lion has a part to play, and their roles are seamlessly executed through a combination of instinct, skill, and shared experience. The trackers. The hunt begins with the trackers, often the lionesses, who use their acute senses to locate potential prey. Their keen eyesight and sense of smell allow them to spot the faintest signs of animals in the area. Tracks in the dirt, the rustling of leaves, or the distant scent of herbivores can all give away the location of a herd. Once the pride is in the vicinity, the lionesses begin to scan the landscape for more obvious signs, such as grazing animals or fresh tracks. During this phase, the pride works quietly and methodically, with each lioness keeping a sharp lookout to ensure they don't alert the prey to their presence. The tracker's job is crucial, as they must determine the best route and time to strike, without giving away their position to the herd or prey. The stalkers. Once the prey has been identified, the stalkers move into action. These lionesses are the ones tasked with closing the distance between the pride and their target, often moving silently through the tall grass or dense scrub. This part of the hunt requires stealth and patience, as the stalking lionesses must remain undetected by the prey while slowly making their way closer. Every step is measured and deliberate, with the lionesses using their excellent vision and hearing to navigate the landscape. They keep low to the ground, their bodies camouflaged by the surrounding vegetation, inching forward with the precision of skilled hunters. The goal of the stalkers is to get within striking distance, usually about 20 to 30 meters from the prey, without being seen. Timing is critical, as a single misstep can alert the animals, causing them to flee. The ambushers. The next phase of the hunt is when the ambushers spring into action. Ambushers are typically positioned ahead of the prey, lying in wait to surprise and intercept it when it is driven in their direction. The ambusher's role is to be in the perfect position at the right moment, when the prey is flushed from its hiding spot or driven toward them by the stalking lionesses. This part of the hunt requires not only patience but perfect timing and coordination. The ambusher is often the one who makes the first move, darting out from their cover to charge at the prey or to cut off its escape route. This role requires a lioness to be swift and precise, knowing when to strike to prevent the prey from dodging or fleeing. The drivers. The drivers play a vital supporting role in the hunt. These lionesses, positioned at the back of the group, help herd the prey into a specific area or toward the ambushers. They use subtle maneuvers to manipulate the movement of the prey, pushing them toward a designated kill zone. This role requires an in-depth understanding of the herd's behavior and the landscape itself. The drivers must anticipate the prey's movements and work in sync with the stalkers and ambushers, creating a fluid, coordinated strategy that reduces the chances of escape. They may make mock charges or even move into the open to divert the prey's attention, guiding them toward the trap set by the ambushers. The dominant males. While the lionesses are primarily responsible for the physical work of hunting, the dominant males have an important, but often less frequent, role to play. These males are not typically involved in the initial stages of the hunt, but are brought in once the prey is successfully captured. Their primary responsibility is to bring down large prey, using their immense size and strength to subdue animals that would otherwise be too powerful for the lionesses to tackle alone. A buffalo, for example, is a formidable foe, and it's only through the combined effort of the entire pride, with the dominant male's strength at the forefront, that the buffalo can be taken down. The male's involvement is often critical in the final moments of the hunt when the prey is nearing exhaustion, and the pride is ready to deliver the kill. The cubs and juveniles. Although they do not play an active role in the hunt itself, cubs and juveniles are important participants in the hunting dynamic. Cubs are often kept nearby while the pride hunts, hidden in safe areas or in the care of older pride members who are not actively involved in the hunt. As cubs grow older, they begin to learn by observing the older lions and eventually take on smaller tasks, such as chasing after smaller animals or practicing their pouncing skills. The hunt is an important training ground for the younger members of the pride, and through observation and gradual involvement, they learn the necessary skills to participate in hunts as they mature. Teamwork in action. What sets lions apart from other predators is their ability to function as a team. Each lion's role is perfectly aligned with the others, and the success of the hunt depends on the pride's ability to work together. Communication during the hunt is subtle but effective. Lions communicate through body language, eye contact, and low growls, signaling when to move, when to strike, and when to back off. The roles are fluid, with each lion switching between tasks depending on the situation. This cooperative approach allows the pride to adapt quickly, pivoting when necessary, and ensuring that every opportunity is maximized. The hunt, while demanding, is a testament to the pride's strength and cohesion. Each lion brings its own unique skill set to the table, and when they come together, they become an unstoppable force. It's a complex web of coordination, instinct, and trust that makes the lion pride one of the most efficient and successful hunters in the animal kingdom. Together, they are a well-oiled machine, each lion fulfilling its role to bring down prey that would be impossible to conquer alone. In the end, the hunt is not just a matter of survival. It's a celebration of the bond that holds the pride together. Feeding within a lion pride is not just a matter of hunger. It is a deeply ingrained social structure that reinforces the hierarchy and establishes the respect and bonds within the group. After a successful hunt, the pride gathers to feast, but not all members have equal access to the kill. The feeding order reflects the lion's social roles, with the dominant individuals eating first, followed by others in a specific, often unspoken, sequence. At the top of the hierarchy is the alpha male, the dominant male of the pride. His position as the pride's leader gives him the privilege of eating first, and it is a sign of the respect the pride has for his authority. His size, strength, and ability to defend the pride's territory and ensure its survival are recognized by every member. And the feeding order serves as a constant reminder of this power dynamic. The alpha male's priority access to food also serves a practical purpose. His strength and vitality are essential for maintaining the pride's defense and leadership. Ensuring he is well-fed is critical for the pride's overall well-being. Once the alpha male has had his fill, the lionesses, who did the majority of the hunting, are next in line. These lionesses are the heart of the pride's hunting efforts, and their contribution is acknowledged through this feeding order. The lionesses eat together, often sharing the meat and allowing each member of the group to feed before any cubs or younger lions are allowed to join in. As they eat, the lionesses display subtle signs of deference to one another, often shifting to make room for one another to access the kill, demonstrating an understanding of the mutual respect that exists between them. Their ability to work together during the hunt is mirrored in the way they cooperate during feeding. It is a moment of camaraderie, and there is little conflict among the lionesses as they know their place within the social order. The cubs, the youngest and most vulnerable members of the pride, are the last to feed. While they are not completely excluded from the meal, their access to the kill is tightly controlled. Cubs may be allowed to feed if the adults deem it appropriate, but only after the alpha male and lionesses have had their share. In some cases, cubs may have to wait patiently while the adults eat, often taking smaller portions from the leftovers once the adults are finished. Cubs are still learning how to hunt and survive, and this feeding hierarchy teaches them the importance of patience and respect within the pride. Over time, as the cubs grow older and develop their hunting skills, they will gradually be given more access to the kill, eventually earning their place in the feeding order. Even within the cubs, there is an unspoken order. Older cubs tend to feed first, particularly those who are already beginning to show their strength and independence. Younger cubs, who are still dependent on their mothers for food, will wait until the older cubs have had their fill. This system ensures that the strongest, most capable members of the pride are well-fed first, which helps maintain the pride's overall health and survival. The feeding hierarchy also reflects the dynamic between males within the pride. In many prides, a single dominant male will rule for a period of time, but younger males, especially those that have reached maturity, may challenge the alpha for control. These challenges can disrupt the feeding order, as the young males may attempt to assert their dominance. However, in general, it is rare for a young male to be given access to the kill until the alpha has eaten. Even in the presence of subordinate males, the pride's established structure prevails, with the alpha lion maintaining control over the food source. The act of feeding is not just about satisfying hunger. It is also a display of power, respect, and the intricate balance of the pride's social fabric. The hierarchical feeding order ensures that the strongest and most experienced members are nourished first, while the younger and less experienced learn their place in the social structure. Through this system, the pride reinforces its unity and its survival strategy. The shared experience of eating together strengthens the bonds between the pride members, and each feeding reinforces the role that every lion plays in the overall success of the group. In some instances, when food is scarce or a particularly large prey has been taken down, the feeding process may become more competitive. Subordinate members of the pride, especially males and younger lions, may attempt to push their way in, trying to snatch a piece of meat before it's their turn. However, these moments are usually short-lived as the adults establish dominance through body language and vocalizations. The pride understands that there must be order to ensure the survival of the group, and this unspoken rule governs the feeding process. The lions are not merely consuming food. They are reinforcing the strength of their social structure and maintaining the balance that keeps the pride strong. Ultimately, the feeding hierarchy is a reflection of the pride's larger social structure. It ensures that those who contribute the most to the pride's survival, through hunting, defending the territory, and leading the group, are rewarded with the first choice of food. This system is key to maintaining order and discipline within the pride, and it is one of the many ways in which lions display the intricate, interconnected nature of their society. In this world, respect, strength, and survival are intimately tied, and the feeding hierarchy is one of the most visible ways these qualities are expressed. For lion cubs, play is not just an enjoyable pastime. It is a crucial part of their development, shaping them into the skilled hunters and strong members of the pride that they will eventually become. Through play and mimicry, cubs develop a wide range of essential skills, from physical coordination to social behavior, all of which are vital for their survival in the wild. Physical development. From the moment they are able to stand and walk, lion cubs engage in playful activities that are designed to develop their physical strength and agility. Wrestling with their siblings, pouncing on each other, and chasing after one another in mock hunts help the cubs build their muscles, enhance their reflexes, and improve their coordination. These playful bouts often start as clumsy, uncoordinated movements, but over time, the cubs refine their techniques, learning how to leap, grab, and tumble with increasing precision and strength. This physical play mirrors the movements they will later use in actual hunts. For example, when cubs chase one another, they practice running, changing direction quickly, and mastering the art of stealthy approach. These games help them hone the skills needed for stalking prey, whether it's silently sneaking through the tall grass or sprinting after fast-moving animals. As cubs grow, they begin to refine their pouncing techniques, learning the difference between a successful tackle and a failed attempt. What may start as playful clumsiness gradually turns into skillful and controlled movements that will be essential in their future as hunters. Developing hunting skills. As cubs approach the age of 6 months, their play becomes more focused on simulating the hunt. While they are still too young to actively participate in real hunts, they observe the adults closely and begin to mimic the behaviors of the lionesses. They may practice stalking their siblings, crouching low to the ground, and creeping forward with careful steps to avoid detection. This mimicry allows the cubs to internalize the movements and techniques they will later use when hunting larger prey. The lioness mothers play a critical role in these lessons, often encouraging the cubs to participate in these games. In some cases, the lioness may set up scenarios where the cubs can practice chasing small animals, like birds or smaller mammals, that they can catch. These early hunts serve as valuable practice, allowing the cubs to develop skills such as timing, patience, and the ability to work in tandem with others. The lionesses also provide gentle feedback, adjusting their cubs' techniques or directing their attention to the right targets. Socialization and communication. Play also serves a key role in the cub's social development. Cubs are naturally curious and eager to interact with others, and through play, they begin to understand their role in the pride's social structure. They learn how to communicate with their siblings, other cubs, and the adult lions, developing the ability to signal when they want to join in a game, when they are annoyed, or when they want to show affection. Social games such as mock hunting or playing tug-of-war with a piece of vegetation help the cubs build social bonds and refine their communication skills. In these games, cubs learn about dominance, submission, and the boundaries of personal space. For example, during rough-and-tumble play, one cub may playfully assert dominance over another, learning the subtle signals of body language, such as how to growl, swat, or display strength without causing harm. These interactions provide essential lessons in understanding the social hierarchy of the pride and how to navigate relationships with other members. Learning the importance of cooperation. While cubs are naturally competitive, play also teaches them the value of cooperation. Lions hunt and live in groups, and the cubs need to understand how to work together as a team to successfully bring down prey. Through cooperative play, cubs learn how to share, coordinate their movements, and support one another in achieving a common goal. For example, in games where cubs mimic hunting a larger prey animal, they often take turns in different roles. One may stalk while another ambushes. They quickly learn that teamwork increases their chances of success, and this lesson will be vital as they mature and begin to hunt alongside the pride. At times, these playful interactions can lead to conflicts, especially if cubs argue over who gets to take the lead in the game or how to approach a particular challenge. However, these conflicts are typically short-lived, and through repeated play, cubs learn the importance of compromising and understanding their place in the group. The lionesses observe these interactions, stepping in when necessary to guide the cubs in the right direction, reinforcing the idea of social balance and harmony within the pride. Mimicry of adult behavior. As cubs grow older, they begin to closely mimic the adult lions, not just in physical play, but also in more subtle ways. Cubs often follow the lionesses on their patrols, trying to replicate their movements as they move through the territory, sniffing the ground or observing their mother's responses to various scents. They watch how the adult lions mark territory and communicate with each other, picking up essential survival skills through imitation. Cubs may also observe and practice vocalizations they hear from the adults. Growls, roars, and grunts are part of the pride's communication system, and as cubs grow, they experiment with these sounds, learning how to use them in different contexts. Their first attempts at roaring might be weak and soft, but as their vocal cords develop, these roars become louder and more resonant, allowing them to eventually participate in the pride's calls and maintain communication with other members. Encouragement from the pride. The role of play is not limited to the mother alone. Other members of the pride also play an important part in the cub's development. Older cubs or juvenile lions may engage in more structured play with the younger cubs, showing them how to be successful in games like stalking or chasing. While the older lions may not always be as involved in the day-to-day care of the cubs, their interactions help reinforce the lessons of the pride's social structure and ways of hunting. The pride members as a whole play an indirect but essential role in shaping the cubs' future behaviors, encouraging healthy competition, and providing a safe environment for the cubs to practice and learn. In the wild, play is more than just fun. It is a survival tool. For lion cubs, these early lessons are crucial in preparing them for the challenges of adult life. Without these experiences, cubs would be ill-prepared to face the challenges of hunting, interacting with other predators, or establishing their place in the pride's hierarchy. Play is not just about honing physical skills. It is also about learning to work with others, understanding social dynamics, and adapting to the unpredictable world of the jungle. Through the games they play and the mimicry of the pride's actions, lion cubs lay the foundation for the fierce and skilled hunters they will one day become. Ultimately, the lessons learned through play will stay with them throughout their lives, guiding them as they transition from innocent cubs to powerful, independent lions ready to take their place in the pride's complex social structure. Survival in the wild is never guaranteed, especially for young lions. Despite the safety and support they receive from their mothers in the pride, cubs face a constant barrage of dangers as they grow and develop. Rival males, other predators, and the unforgiving environment all pose significant threats to their well-being. As a result, survival in the jungle is a complex and often perilous journey for young lions. One of the greatest challenges young lions face is the threat posed by rival males. When a male lion reaches maturity and becomes a dominant figure within a pride, his primary responsibility is to maintain control over his territory and secure the pride's future. However, as new males grow stronger and challenge the existing leaders, the cubs of the pride can be caught in the crossfire. When an outsider male invades a pride, it is often the cubs who suffer the most. In the animal kingdom, the introduction of a new male into the pride is dangerous for the cubs because the new male will typically seek to eliminate any cubs fathered by the previous male. This behavior is driven by a natural instinct to ensure that his own bloodline will continue. The new male may attempt to kill the cubs, especially if they are very young and unable to defend themselves. This phenomenon is known as infanticide, and it is a brutal part of the survival strategy for many male lions. The lionesses, though protective, are often unable to stop a determined male from killing the cubs, and their role becomes focused on quickly protecting the remaining young and ensuring they are safe from further harm. The cubs who survive these encounters with rival males are often scarred by the trauma, but they also learn valuable lessons about the harshness of the jungle. These early experiences force the cubs to grow stronger, more vigilant, and ready to face the reality that in the wild, strength and survival often depend on being able to adapt quickly to danger. Predators and competition. While adult lions are at the top of the food chain, young lions are not immune to attacks from other predators. In the early months of life, cubs are particularly vulnerable to hyenas, wild dogs, and even leopards, who may see the young lions as easy prey. Hyenas, in particular, are notorious for attacking lion cubs, often in groups, and will take advantage of any opportunity to capture or kill young lions left unprotected. Although lionesses are highly protective and will go to great lengths to defend their cubs, there are times when the pride is spread thin, or the cubs are temporarily left unsupervised. During these moments, predators like hyenas can strike quickly, especially if the cubs are exploring or playing in an area where the pride is not immediately nearby. In some cases, the cubs may be forced to learn to retreat into safe hiding places, such as tall grasses or dense bushes, where they can wait for the lionesses to return and provide protection. Leopards are also skilled predators, and they pose a unique threat to young lions due to their ability to climb trees. A leopard may attempt to ambush cubs by sneaking up on them from above or taking them by surprise when they are at rest. Though it is less common for leopards to attack cubs openly, the risk is always present, and young lions must stay alert to avoid becoming prey to these stealthy predators. The dangers faced by young lions are not limited to predators. The jungle itself can be a formidable adversary. The harsh climate and unpredictable environment present constant challenges. During periods of drought, for example, water sources become scarce and food becomes harder to find. This forces the pride to travel farther, sometimes into areas that are more dangerous or more contested by other predators. The young cubs, still developing their strength and stamina, often struggle to keep up with the pride's movements during these harsh times. In addition to the challenges of finding food and water, the cubs are also at risk from the environmental extremes of the savanna. The heat can be stifling, and the lack of shelter can expose the cubs to the elements. During the rainy season, heavy floods can create treacherous terrain and muddy conditions, making it difficult for the cubs to move around or find suitable hiding spots. The unpredictable nature of these environmental factors requires the cubs to adapt quickly and learn from the adults how to navigate such harsh conditions. Young lions, like all wildlife, are susceptible to diseases and injuries. In the wild, parasites like ticks, fleas, and worms can take a toll on a cub's health, especially if their immune systems are still developing. These parasites can weaken the cubs, making them more vulnerable to illness and infection. The pride's lionesses may try to prevent this by grooming their cubs and keeping them clean, but the constant exposure to the elements means the cubs are at risk. Injuries also pose a significant threat to the survival of young lions. Cubs are naturally playful, but this play can lead to accidents. A poorly timed leap or tussle can result in a sprained paw or a bite that becomes infected. Even small injuries can become life-threatening in the wild, where medical care is non-existent and the cub's ability to move or hunt may be compromised. Additionally, injuries can attract predators, such as hyenas or wild dogs, who can easily detect the scent of a wounded animal. As the cubs grow, they begin to learn how to navigate these challenges. They observe their mothers and the older members of the pride and start to develop an understanding of the dangers around them. Cubs that survive these early threats are often more cautious and aware of their surroundings, knowing that the jungle is a place where only the strong survive. They learn to avoid areas frequented by rival predators, seek shelter when needed, and understand when to fight or flee. The lionesses gradually start allowing the cubs to join in hunting activities, and this experience, while dangerous, helps prepare them for the realities of the wild. As they grow stronger, the cubs gain the ability to fend for themselves, and the lessons learned during their early years become invaluable. They may never forget the threats they face from rival males, predators, and the environment, and these experiences shape them into resilient, skilled lions who are prepared to take their place within the pride. In the end, the challenges young lions face in their early years serve as the foundation for their survival. The lessons of the jungle, how to defend, how to hunt, how to adapt, are learned not only through play and observation, but also through the hardships that test their limits. The dangers they face serve as a constant reminder of the delicate balance between life and death in the wild, and the survival of the pride depends on the strength and perseverance of each individual, particularly the young lions who will one day carry the pride forward. Lions, like many animals, rely heavily on nonverbal cues to communicate with each other, navigating their social dynamics and reinforcing their position within the pride. While the roar may be the most famous vocalization, lions use a sophisticated array of body language, facial expressions, and scent marking to convey everything from dominance and affection to warnings and aggression. These silent signals play a pivotal role in their interactions and survival within the pride and the broader jungle environment. A lion's posture, movements, and the way it positions its body are among the most crucial forms of communication within the pride. The way a lion moves, stands, or even rests can express everything from submission to dominance, and it often speaks louder than any vocal sound. Dominance and authority. One of the clearest signs of dominance within the pride is how the lion holds its body. The male lion, as the pride's leader, will often stand tall, with his head held high and his chest out, exuding an air of confidence and control. His large mane adds to the aura of authority, making him appear even more imposing. This posture is meant to reinforce his role as the protector and ruler of the pride. Female lions also display body language that signifies authority, though their expressions and movements are typically more subtle. A lioness may adopt a poised stance when asserting herself during a hunt or while claiming a certain area in the pride's territory. Submission and deference. On the other hand, when a lioness or younger male approaches an alpha or dominant figure, they often communicate submission through body language. A submissive lion may lower its body, making itself appear smaller, and avert its gaze to show respect or deference. In some cases, younger lions may even roll onto their backs, exposing their vulnerable belly, a gesture that indicates they do not wish to challenge the dominant individual. Aggression and threats. When a lion feels threatened or is preparing to fight, its body language shifts dramatically. A lion might puff out its chest, raise the fur on its neck and shoulders, and tense its muscles to appear larger and more threatening. The tail may twitch or flick, signaling agitation or frustration, while the lion's eyes will often narrow as a sign of focus and aggression. If a fight is imminent, the lion may adopt a stiff, rigid posture, showing its teeth and growling. These movements are a clear warning to rivals or predators that the lion is ready to defend its pride or territory. Relaxation and bonding. When lions are calm and in the presence of trusted pride members, their body language becomes much more relaxed and social. Lions often rest together, lying in close proximity, with their bodies loosely sprawled out. Grooming behavior also plays a crucial role in nonverbal communication. When one lion grooms another, it's not only a means of hygiene, but also a sign of affection and trust. Lions use grooming to reaffirm social bonds, reduce tension, and convey feelings of security and closeness within the pride. Facial expressions, the window to the soul. While lions don't express themselves through facial expressions as dramatically as humans do, they do have a repertoire of subtle and significant facial cues that help them communicate with one another. The lion's face is a canvas of emotions, each slight change offering insight into their state of mind. A prolonged, fixed stare is often used by lions to establish dominance. When one lion fixes its gaze on another, particularly during moments of tension or when asserting itself, it can be a sign of dominance or aggression. A lion that stares without blinking is showing confidence and a readiness to stand its ground. In contrast, avoiding eye contact or looking away can be a sign of submission or deference, especially in interactions between younger lions and more dominant individuals. Although this may technically fall into the category of vocalizations, the way a lion snarls or bares its teeth can communicate a great deal non-verbally. When a lion curls its lips back and shows its teeth, it is making a clear visual signal of aggression. This is often accompanied by a deep growl, but the facial expression alone conveys a strong message of threat. This gesture is designed to make the lion appear more intimidating, a visual cue to discourage rivals or competitors from engaging further. When lions are at ease, their faces soften considerably. Their eyes may half close in a relaxed gaze. Their ears may rest forward or to the side, and their mouths are often open, especially in hot weather, as they pant to regulate their body temperature. These expressions signal that the lion is comfortable in its environment and among its pride members. During bonding moments or social grooming, lions display a calm and affectionate demeanor, with their faces relaxed and content. Scent marking, the invisible message. While body language and facial expressions are immediate and visible forms of communication, scent marking is an essential, though often invisible, way that lions communicate and maintain their social structure. Lions rely heavily on scent to define their territory, assess each other's status, and even track potential mates. Territorial marking. Male lions often use scent marking as their primary tool for establishing territorial boundaries. They do this by rubbing their faces against trees, rocks, or bushes, leaving behind scent glands that contain pheromones. This scent creates a territorial boundary that informs other lions that the area is already claimed. In addition to facial marking, lions will urinate on trees, rocks, or shrubs as another form of territorial marking. This scent is not just a boundary marker. It also carries important information about the lion's identity, health, and strength. A rival male who smells the scent of another lion will be able to determine whether it poses a threat or whether the territory is strong enough to defend. Social bonding and reassurance. Within the pride, scent marking also serves as a means of reinforcing social bonds. Lionesses and cubs often engage in mutual grooming and licking, transferring scent between them. This helps reinforce the social cohesion of the group, ensuring that each member recognizes one another as part of the pride. For the cubs, this interaction helps them bond with their mothers and develop an understanding of the pride's identity. For the lionesses, these interactions are a reaffirmation of their collective strength and solidarity. Pheromonal communication. Lions also use scent to assess each other's reproductive status. During mating season, females and males release specific pheromones that indicate their readiness to mate. These scents signal the prime times for reproduction and allow the males to compete for mating rights based on the scents they detect. The pheromones also allow females to assess the fitness of potential mates, ensuring that the pride's genetic lineage remains strong. The silent language of lions. In the world of lions, communication is rarely spoken, but it is ever present. From the roar that echoes across the savanna to the subtle movements of the tail or the gentle nudge of a lioness, nonverbal communication plays a fundamental role in maintaining the pride's social structure and its survival. Whether through body language, facial expressions, or scent marking, every movement, every gesture, and every signal carries meaning, helping lions navigate their complex relationships within the pride and their larger territory. These silent cues reinforce their social bonds, establish their dominance, and ensure the pride remains cohesive and strong in the face of external challenges. Through their body language, lions are able to convey a powerful, intricate message, a message that speaks of unity, strength, and the unspoken rules that govern life in the wild. The lioness plays an essential and multifaceted role in the pride, particularly when it comes to nurturing and raising the next generation. As the primary caregiver, the lioness takes on the responsibility of ensuring that her cubs not only survive, but thrive in the often harsh and competitive environment of the savanna. Her role as a mother is one of deep dedication, filled with constant vigilance, care, and sacrifice, as she works to balance the demands of motherhood with the survival needs of the pride. Nurturing and feeding. From the moment a lioness gives birth, her primary concern becomes the safety and well-being of her cubs. The mother provides all the care her cubs need during their early months, which are the most vulnerable in their lives. Cubs are born blind and helpless, relying entirely on their mother for warmth, nourishment, and protection. The lioness, with her keen maternal instincts, ensures her cubs stay hidden in a safe den, usually located in a secluded area of the pride's territory, away from potential threats like rival predators, or even the male lions who might view the cubs as a challenge to their dominance. In the early days, the lioness nurses her cubs exclusively, providing them with her rich, nutrient-filled milk, which is essential for their growth and development. As the cubs grow older and begin to explore the world around them, the lioness gradually introduces them to solid food. She may bring them small pieces of meat from recent kills, tearing it up into manageable portions so they can begin to learn how to eat. This phase is crucial as it marks the beginning of the cubs' transition from complete dependence on their mother to a more independent role in the pride. The lioness does not simply feed her cubs. She teaches them the basics of survival, all while keeping a watchful eye on the surrounding dangers. Protection and defense. Along with nurturing and feeding, the lioness's role as a protector is vital to the survival of her cubs. The savanna is full of dangers, and young cubs, with their small size and lack of experience, are particularly vulnerable to predators such as hyenas, wild dogs, and even the larger male lions who may pose a threat to their future dominance. Lionesses are fiercely protective of their young, and they will go to great lengths to ensure their cubs are safe from harm. When the cubs are very young, the mother keeps them hidden, only emerging from the den to feed or move to a safer location. As they grow stronger and more mobile, the lioness begins to expose them to the wider world, but always within a close and protective proximity. If any threat appears, whether it be a rival predator or an intruding male lion, the lioness will not hesitate to fight back. She is capable of incredible aggression when defending her cubs, and her maternal instinct is often the driving force behind her bravery. A lioness will not only protect her cubs from immediate physical threats, but also carefully choose the safest environments for them to grow and learn. She may relocate her cubs multiple times, moving them from den to den to ensure their safety until they are strong enough to defend themselves. Socialization and teaching. The lioness's role extends beyond just physical care and protection. She is also the first teacher to her cubs, guiding them through the early lessons of survival. Cubs are born with an innate curiosity about the world, and it is the lioness's job to help them channel that curiosity into productive learning. In the early months, the cubs observe the actions of their mother and the other lionesses in the pride, learning the basics of hunting, playing, and socializing. Mother lionesses use play to teach their cubs important skills. These games, which may seem playful to an outsider, are often subtle lessons in strength, coordination, and strategy. Cubs will wrestle with their siblings or their mother, practicing skills they will one day use in the hunt. The lioness knows that these play sessions, though they may seem like lighthearted fun, are crucial to building the muscle strength, reflexes, and hunting instincts the cubs will need to survive. Through these interactions, the lioness also teaches her cubs how to read social cues and establish their place within the pride. Cubs learn the value of cooperation, respect for authority, and how to form the complex relationships that define pride life. As they get older, the lioness begins to allow her cubs to join the pride's hunts, observing and learning from the older lionesses. While they may not participate directly in bringing down large prey, cubs can learn the basics of stalking and the importance of patience. The lioness also teaches her cubs the importance of teamwork, how to follow the lead of the older lions, and how to communicate with the rest of the pride during a hunt. This mentorship continues for months as the cubs gradually transition from dependent infants to capable hunters themselves. Mother-cub bond. The bond between a mother lioness and her cubs is one of deep emotional and physical connection. This relationship is built on constant care, communication, and trust. The lioness will often communicate with her cubs through gentle growls, body language, and even licking and grooming them. These physical gestures are crucial for bonding and help the cubs feel secure and loved. Cubs who are raised with such attentive care are more likely to survive the harsh conditions of the wild, as they learn the skills needed to thrive in the pride. Even after the cubs begin to hunt on their own, the lioness remains closely involved in their lives, guiding them as they establish their place within the pride. As they grow older and more independent, the bond between mother and cub shifts from one of absolute dependence to one of mutual respect and camaraderie. The lioness's role may evolve into that of a mentor, watching over her cubs as they become integral members of the pride, but the deep, unbreakable bond formed in the early years of life remains central to their relationship. In lion prides, the survival of the next generation is inextricably tied to the lioness's nurturing, protecting, and teaching abilities. Without the lioness's devotion to her cubs, the pride would struggle to maintain its strength and continuity. Her role as a mother is essential not just to the cubs but to the pride's overall success, as the cubs are the future of the pride, ensuring that the legacy of the lions continues for generations to come. The lion's roar is not just a sound. It's a powerful tool of communication, capable of resonating through the vast expanse of the savanna and jungle. The roar of a lion can be heard from several miles away, and its depth and intensity carry with it a clear message. It is the pride's vocal signature, an unmistakable signal to all who hear it that a particular area is claimed and that the pride within it is strong and present. This thunderous roar, often heard under the cover of night, serves multiple purposes, from establishing territory to strengthening social bonds among the pride members. Marking territory, the lion's roar plays a critical role in territory defense. Lions are highly territorial animals, and they use their roar to send a clear message to any intruders or rival prides that they are in control of a particular area. When a male lion roars, he is not only asserting his dominance, but also warning other lions that they should stay clear of the territory. The power and intensity of the roar act as a natural boundary marker, signaling to potential rivals that they are entering dangerous territory. By roaring, the lion communicates his presence across great distances. This is crucial for the pride's survival because it helps them avoid conflict with other prides. It is far more efficient for lions to use their roars as a form of warning than to engage in physical battles, which can be exhausting and risky. A lion's roar also serves to warn off other predators that may venture into the territory looking for food, reinforcing the pride's claim over the area. The male's roar can be heard by other males, females, and even distant cubs, helping to keep everyone within the pride aware of the pride's boundaries. Bonding the pride. Beyond its practical function as a territorial marker, the lion's roar also has a social and emotional significance for the pride. Lions are known for their strong social bonds, and the act of roaring together can serve as a form of collective identity, uniting the pride and reinforcing their cohesion. When lions roar together as a group, it signifies unity and strength. It's not only a physical sound, but a shared experience that strengthens the connection among the pride members. Roaring together is a way for the lions to reaffirm their social structure. The dominant male lion typically leads the roar, with the lionesses and cubs joining in, often at different pitches and rhythms. Each member of the pride contributes to the chorus in a way that reflects their role within the group. The roar acts as a vocal symbol of solidarity, ensuring that all members are in tune with one another and reaffirming their collective purpose. It is this sense of unity, communicated through the roar, that keeps the pride bonded together, particularly when facing external threats. Alerting the pride. Lions are highly reliant on each other for communication, especially when hunting, patrolling their territory, or dealing with potential dangers. The roar serves as an alert to pride members about the state of their environment. For instance, if a male lion roars from the periphery of the pride's territory, it could indicate the presence of a rival male or an intruding predator. Lionesses may roar in response to the male's call, signaling that they are in position, or to communicate their readiness for a hunt. Similarly, the roar can also be a way for the pride to check in with one another. If a cub or lioness is separated from the group during a hunt or patrol, the sound of a distant roar can help the lost member reorient themselves and find their way back. The ability to hear each other's roars over long distances is an essential survival tactic in the wild, as it helps the pride stay connected even when spread out across large areas. The male's role in roaring. The roar of the male lion is particularly important in the pride's social and territorial dynamics. As the leader of the pride, the male lion is responsible for defending the territory and ensuring the safety of the pride. His roar is the most powerful and dominant, and it carries the weight of his authority. When a male roars, it is a message to any competing males that this territory is already claimed and that they are not welcome. In some cases, the male lion may roar as a way to communicate with the females of the pride, particularly if there is a need to regroup or signal the start of a hunt. The male's roars often serve as a reminder to the pride of his presence and his strength, reinforcing his position as the protector and leader. When the pride faces a threat, whether from other lions, predators, or the environment, the male's roar becomes a rallying call, uniting the pride to face the challenge together. Cubs and the roar. For cubs, hearing the roar of their parents is not just a reminder of the pride's strength and unity, but also an essential part of their development. From a young age, cubs begin to learn the significance of the roar and the role it plays within the pride. Although their own roars are faint and undeveloped in their early months, the cubs observe how their parents communicate through these sounds and begin to understand their importance. As they grow, cubs start experimenting with their own vocalizations, mimicking the roars they hear from the adults. Their early roars are often soft and high-pitched, but over time, they develop the strength and resonance needed to contribute to the pride's calls. By the time the cubs reach maturity, they will be able to produce their own powerful roars, solidifying their place within the pride structure and marking their growth into capable members of the pride. The roar as a symbol of power. The lion's roar is not only a means of communication, it is also a symbol of power and pride. The sheer strength and resonance of a lion's roar convey authority and command respect. When a lion roars, the very ground seems to vibrate, and the sound carries an almost mythical quality. For other animals in the jungle, hearing a lion's roar is a reminder of the lion's place at the top of the food chain. The roar serves as a constant reminder to other creatures that the jungle is the lion's domain, and they are at the mercy of the pride's presence and power. In this sense, the roar also plays a psychological role, instilling fear or awe in other animals and reinforcing the lion's dominance. It is a constant echo of the lion's status as the king of the jungle, a status that is not only earned through strength but also through the ability to command the jungle with the force of a single roar. The roar of the lion serves as a declaration to all, whether predator or prey, that this is the domain of the kings, and they rule it with an unwavering voice. In the end, the lion's roar is much more than just a sound. It is a tool for survival, a way of marking territory, a symbol of strength, and a powerful form of communication that keeps the pride united. It serves as a reminder that the jungle, while full of dangers, is ruled by those who can make their presence known, and the lion's roar is the unmistakable sound of that rule. Lions, like many animals, rely heavily on nonverbal cues to communicate with each other, navigating their social dynamics and reinforcing their position within the pride. While the roar may be the most famous vocalization, Lions use a sophisticated array of body language, facial expressions, and scent marking to convey everything from dominance and affection to warnings and aggression. These silent signals play a pivotal role in their interactions and survival within the pride and the broader jungle environment. Body language, the silent conversation. A lion's posture, movements, and the way it positions its body are among the most crucial forms of communication within the pride. The way a lion moves, stands, or even rests can express everything from submission to dominance, and it often speaks louder than any vocal sound. Dominance and authority. One of the clearest signs of dominance within the pride is how the lion holds its body. The male lion, as the pride's leader, will often stand tall, with his head held high and his chest out, exuding an air of confidence and control. His large mane adds to the aura of authority, making him appear even more imposing. This posture is meant to reinforce his role as the protector and ruler of the pride. Female lions also display body language that signifies authority, though their expressions and movements are typically more subtle. A lioness may adopt a poised stance when asserting herself during a hunt or while claiming a certain area in the pride's territory. Submission and deference. On the other hand, when a lioness or younger male approaches an alpha or dominant figure, they often communicate submission through body language. A submissive lion may lower its body, making itself appear smaller, and avert its gaze to show respect or deference. In some cases, younger lions may even roll onto their backs, exposing their vulnerable belly, a gesture that indicates they do not wish to challenge the dominant individual. Aggression and threats. When a lion feels threatened or is preparing to fight, its body language shifts dramatically. A lion might puff out its chest, raise the fur on its neck and shoulders, and tense its muscles to appear larger and more threatening. The tail may twitch or flick, signaling agitation or frustration, while the lion's eyes will often narrow as a sign of focus and aggression. If a fight is imminent, the lion may adopt a stiff, rigid posture, showing its teeth and growling. These movements are a clear warning to rivals or predators that the lion is ready to defend its pride or territory. Relaxation and bonding. When lions are calm and in the presence of trusted pride members, their body language becomes much more relaxed and social. Lions often rest together, lying in close proximity, with their bodies loosely sprawled out. Grooming behavior also plays a crucial role in nonverbal communication. When one lion grooms another, it's not only a means of hygiene, but also a sign of affection and trust. Lions use grooming to reaffirm social bonds, reduce tension, and convey feelings of security and closeness within the pride. Facial expressions, the window to the soul. While lions don't express themselves through facial expressions as dramatically as humans do, they do have a repertoire of subtle and significant facial cues that help them communicate with one another. The lion's face is a canvas of emotions, each slight change offering insight into their state of mind. The stare, a prolonged, fixed stare, is often used by lions to establish dominance. When one lion fixes its gaze on another, particularly during moments of tension or when asserting itself, it can be a sign of dominance or aggression. A lion that stares without blinking is showing confidence and a readiness to stand its ground. In contrast, avoiding eye contact or looking away can be a sign of submission or deference, especially in interactions between younger lions and more dominant individuals. The growl or snarl. Although this may technically fall into the category of vocalizations, the way a lion snarls or bares its teeth can communicate a great deal nonverbally. When a lion curls its lips back and shows its teeth, it is making a clear visual signal of aggression. This is often accompanied by a deep growl, but the facial expression alone conveys a strong message of threat. This gesture is designed to make the lion appear more intimidating, a visual cue to discourage rivals or competitors from engaging further. Relaxed expressions. When lions are at ease, their faces soften considerably. Their eyes may half close in a relaxed gaze, their ears may rest forward or to the side, and their mouths are often open, especially in hot weather, as they pant to regulate their body temperature. These expressions signal that the lion is comfortable in its environment and among its pride members. During bonding moments or social grooming, lions display a calm and affectionate demeanor, with their faces relaxed and content. Scent marking, the invisible message. While body language and facial expressions are immediate and visible forms of communication, scent marking is an essential, though often invisible, way that lions communicate and maintain their social structure. Lions rely heavily on scent to define their territory, assess each other's status, and even track potential mates. Territorial marking. Male lions often use scent marking as their primary tool for establishing territorial boundaries. They do this by rubbing their faces against trees, rocks, or bushes, leaving behind scent glands that contain pheromones. This scent creates a territorial boundary that informs other lions that the area is already claimed. In addition to facial marking, lions will urinate on trees, rocks, or shrubs as another form of territorial marking. This scent is not just a boundary marker. It also carries important information about the lion's identity, health, and strength. A rival male who smells the scent of another lion will be able to determine whether it poses a threat or whether the territory is strong enough to defend. Social bonding and reassurance. Within the pride, scent marking also serves as a means of reinforcing social bonds. Lionesses and cubs often engage in mutual grooming and licking, transferring scent between them. This helps reinforce the social cohesion of the group, ensuring that each member recognizes one another as part of the pride. For the cubs, this interaction helps them bond with their mothers and develop an understanding of the pride's identity. For the lionesses, these interactions are a reaffirmation of their collective strength and solidarity. Pheromonal communication. Lions also use scent to assess each other's reproductive status. During mating season, females and males release specific pheromones that indicate their readiness to mate. These scents signal the prime times for reproduction and allow the males to compete for mating rights based on the scents they detect. The pheromones also allow females to assess the fitness of potential mates, ensuring that the pride's genetic lineage remains strong. The silent language of lions. In the world of lions, communication is rarely spoken, but it is ever present. From the roar that echoes across the savanna to the subtle movements of the tail or the gentle nudge of a lioness, nonverbal communication plays a fundamental role in maintaining the pride's social structure and its survival. Whether through body language, facial expressions, or scent marking, every movement, every gesture, and every signal carries meaning, helping lions navigate their complex relationships within the pride and their larger territory. These silent cues reinforce their social bonds, establish their dominance, and ensure the pride remains cohesive and strong in the face of external challenges. Through their body language, lions are able to convey a powerful, intricate message, a message that speaks of unity, strength, and the unspoken rules that govern life in the wild. Lions, as highly social animals, rely on a sophisticated system of communication that goes beyond simple vocalizations. The language of the pride is a complex blend of body language, sounds, scents, and actions, all of which serve to maintain unity, coordinate group activities, and ensure the pride's survival. Through these various forms of communication, lions are able to efficiently cooperate in hunting, warn each other of potential threats, and keep the pride functioning smoothly despite the dangers and challenges of their environment. Coordinating hunts, the silent strategy. One of the most impressive aspects of lion communication is how it facilitates teamwork during hunts. Hunting is a group effort, requiring perfect coordination and timing, and lions use a combination of body language, scent, and subtle vocalizations to ensure everyone is on the same page. Positioning and signals. Before a hunt begins, lionesses typically use body language to communicate their intentions. When they spot prey, they will use eye contact and subtle shifts in their posture to signal to the rest of the pride. A lioness might crouch low to the ground, signaling to other members that they should prepare to move into position. Similarly, a slight tilt of the head or flick of the tail can communicate the need to adjust their approach or direction. These silent signals ensure that all the lionesses know where to position themselves, which prey to target, and when to begin the chase. During the hunt itself, lions are highly aware of each other's movements. They communicate through precise actions, such as slowing down, speeding up, or redirecting the hunt when necessary. If a lioness has been tasked with flushing out prey from a particular direction, her movements will be slow and calculated to ensure the prey remains unaware of the approaching danger. At the same time, other lions are ready to intercept and cut off escape routes, all without a single word spoken. Vocalizations during the hunt. Though lions rely heavily on body language and positioning, they do also use vocalizations during hunting. A soft growl or a quiet snarl may be exchanged between lionesses to signal a change in strategy or to warn others of a shift in the prey's behavior. These subtle sounds are not loud enough to alarm the prey, but they serve to keep the pride coordinated as they close in on their target. In some cases, a lion may even give a quick roar or a growl to alert the pride that a successful capture has been made, signaling that it's time for the group to move in and claim the spoils. Synchronizing the attack. Once the prey is surrounded, lions rely on a combination of well-timed body language and physical gestures to launch a coordinated attack. A quick, deliberate rush forward from the group will be followed by a series of silent signals indicating where the prey should be pinned down. The lionesses will use their body language to communicate when to launch the final pounce, while the dominant male, who often stays on the outskirts of the hunt, may use his presence to keep the prey in the kill zone, ensuring the pride gets the best chance at a successful hunt. Warning of threats, vigilance, and protection. In the wild, dangers are always lurking. Rival predators, neighboring prides, and even the environment itself can pose threats to a lion pride. Lions have developed a highly effective system of nonverbal communication that helps them stay alert and coordinated when facing these dangers. Alarm calls and body language. When a lion spots a threat, such as an approaching predator or rival pride, it will immediately communicate this to the rest of the group. Often, the first sign of danger is a sudden change in posture. Lions will stand tall and stiff, with their eyes scanning the surroundings, ready to react. The body language of each member shifts as they prepare to either face the threat or move to a safer position. In some cases, a lion may let out a sharp snarl or growl, a vocal signal that warns other pride members of an approaching danger. This sound is often accompanied by a tail flick or a shift in body position, which provides additional context to the warning. Lions will also use scent marking as a way to alert others to the presence of predators. If a lion detects the scent of a rival or a dangerous animal, it may mark a tree or rock with its scent, signaling to the pride that they need to be on alert. Eyes and ears. A lion's keen sense of sight and hearing also plays a role in warning the pride of potential threats. Lions rely heavily on visual cues from each other, especially when something is spotted in the distance. The pride will often watch one another's eyes and follow their gaze to determine the source of potential danger. A lion will also use its ears as a signal. If a lion's ears are pricked forward, it signals attentiveness and alertness, while ears flattened against the head may indicate aggression or a heightened state of tension. If the threat is particularly dangerous, such as the approach of a rival pride, lions may form a defensive position, with the males in the front and the lionesses and cubs behind them. Their body language will be stiff, and they will position themselves in a way that maximizes their collective strength, sending a clear message that the pride is united and prepared to defend itself. Maintaining unity, the glue that holds the pride together. Unity is essential for a lion pride survival, and the pride's communication system helps maintain this cohesion. Strong social bonds are built through regular interactions, whether it's grooming, playing, or simply resting together. Nonverbal cues reinforce these bonds, ensuring that all members of the pride are in sync with each other. Grooming and social touching. One of the most important forms of communication in maintaining unity is grooming. Lions will often engage in mutual grooming sessions, which serve to reinforce social bonds. A lion may approach a fellow pride member and nuzzle its head or lick its fur. This act is both a way of maintaining hygiene and a means of reaffirming the bond between the individuals. Grooming is a quiet intimate activity, yet it speaks volumes about the pride's cohesion and trust. Affectionate gestures. Beyond grooming, lions also use subtle physical gestures to communicate affection and solidarity. A gentle nudge with the head, a nuzzle of the neck, or a slight touch of the paw are all ways in which lions reaffirm their connection to one another. These gestures may be seen between siblings, between mother and cub, or even between adult lions. These tender moments remind the pride members that they are part of a close-knit group, and their survival depends on mutual trust and cooperation. The unity of the roar. As mentioned earlier, the roar is not only a tool of communication, but also a unifying force within the pride. When the lions roar together, they are not simply marking territory. They are reaffirming their collective identity. Roaring as a group signals to each member that they are not alone in their domain, that they are part of something larger, something stronger. It reinforces their sense of belonging to the pride and serves as a reminder that they are all connected by their shared purpose, whether it's hunting, protecting their territory, or raising cubs. Resolving conflict. Even in the most cohesive of groups, conflict occasionally arises. Lions are not immune to competition or disagreements, especially when it comes to dominance or resource allocation. When disputes arise, body language is key to resolving tension. A lion that feels threatened may express this through a series of stiff, aggressive movements, raising its head, baring its teeth, or pacing restlessly. However, if the conflict is resolved, the tension often fades just as quickly. A lion may relax its posture, lower its head, or nuzzle the other individual, signaling that the dispute is over and peace has been restored. The unspoken bond of the pride. In the end, the language of the pride is one that speaks through actions, expressions, and signals rather than words. Lions communicate constantly with each other, using every part of their bodies to convey messages that ensure the pride's success and survival. From coordinating hunts to warning of danger, to maintaining unity within the group, the pride relies on this intricate network of nonverbal cues to stay connected and functional. The power of their communication lies in its subtlety, in the way each member instinctively understands the language of the pride, even without the need for words. This unspoken bond is what truly keeps the pride together, helping them thrive in the wild. Lions, as apex predators, play a crucial role in maintaining the balance and health of their ecosystem. Their presence in the jungle extends far beyond just their hunting abilities. They are key players in shaping the dynamics of the entire food web. As ecosystem engineers, lions help regulate the populations of herbivores, which in turn influences vegetation, soil health, and the overall biodiversity of their habitat. Their influence reaches into many aspects of the environment, even affecting species that may never directly encounter them. Controlling herbivore populations. At the core of a lion's impact on the ecosystem is its role in controlling herbivore populations. Lions primarily hunt large herbivores, such as antelope, zebras, and buffalo, which are essential components of the food chain. By preying on these animals, lions help prevent overpopulation, which could lead to overgrazing and the depletion of vital vegetation. Without predators like lions, herbivore numbers can grow unchecked. This overpopulation places immense pressure on the landscape, as large numbers of grazing animals consume vast amounts of vegetation. In extreme cases, this can lead to the degradation of plant life, reducing biodiversity and disrupting ecosystems. Lions, by selectively hunting weaker or older members of herbivore populations, naturally maintain a healthier balance. The culling of these individuals ensures that younger, more robust members of the species survive to reproduce, thus helping maintain the overall health of the herbivore population. Lions also often target the sick, injured, or elderly, removing these individuals from the population and ensuring that the gene pool remains strong. This natural form of population control supports the herbivore's long-term survival and helps regulate the amount of pressure placed on the plants they feed on. Without this natural check, some herbivore species could quickly become dominant, pushing out other species and reducing overall biodiversity. Influencing vegetation and soil health. The role of lions as ecosystem engineers extends into the vegetation that covers their territory. By controlling the herbivore populations, lions indirectly influence the types and amounts of plant life in their environment. With fewer herbivores to consume them, plants are able to thrive, ensuring a more diverse and abundant landscape. This, in turn, supports a wide range of other species, both plant eaters and predators, that rely on healthy vegetation for food and shelter. Herbivores such as gazelles and wildebeest are known to feed on grasses and shrubs, and if their populations grow too large, they can decimate these plants. Lions, by hunting and controlling these animals, help maintain a balance that allows grasses to grow back and diverse plant species to flourish. This healthy vegetation supports not only other herbivores, but also smaller creatures that rely on the plants for food and shelter, such as rodents, insects, and birds. Moreover, healthy plant life and controlled grazing help prevent soil erosion, as grasses and shrubs bind the soil together, preventing it from being washed away during rains. This contributes to the overall health of the ecosystem, allowing for more stable and fertile soils, which are essential for the survival of many species in the food web. Supporting biodiversity, a web of interdependence. The lion's role as an apex predator supports not just the herbivores they prey upon, but also the entire web of life in their ecosystem. When lion numbers dwindle or they are removed from an area, the effects are felt far and wide. Without lions to regulate herbivore populations, smaller predators that rely on herbivores for food are affected. These smaller carnivores may find themselves with less to hunt, leading to a cascade of imbalances throughout the ecosystem. On the other hand, lions indirectly help support a wide range of other species. Their kills provide food for scavengers, such as hyenas, vultures, and jackals, which rely on the remains of a lion's hunt to survive. This ensures that the nutrients from large prey are recycled into the ecosystem, benefiting a host of other creatures. Even smaller animals, like insects, benefit from the decaying carcasses that lions leave behind. Furthermore, lions can influence the behavior and movements of herbivores. When lions are active in a given area, herbivores tend to avoid certain regions, which gives vegetation in those areas a chance to regenerate. This grazing pressure shift can lead to more diverse plant life and healthier ecosystems. By pushing herbivores into different areas, lions help create varied landscapes where different plant species can thrive. Hope you are enjoying this journey so far. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do so now. Give us a thumbs up and turn on the notification bell. Drop us a note in the comments box to help us serve you better. Let's continue with the story. Lions and the balance of predator and prey. The relationship between lions and their prey is one of balance. The presence of lions helps regulate the entire predator-prey dynamic. Other predators, such as cheetahs or wild dogs, benefit from the lion's role as the apex predator. Lions typically prey on larger herbivores, leaving smaller, faster prey like impalas or gazelles for smaller carnivores. This creates a healthy and varied distribution of food resources among different carnivores, preventing one species from becoming too dominant. Living fences, a simple solution to complex problems. In many rural areas, lions often prey on livestock, leading to significant economic losses for farmers. This challenge inspired a solution known as living fences, enclosures made from thorny bushes or fortified with wire to protect livestock. In Namibia, the Cheetah Conservation Fund and other organizations introduced predator-proof corrals to local farmers, significantly reducing lion predation on cattle. A farmer named Maria shared her story of transformation. Initially, she viewed lions as relentless threats to her livelihood. However, after building a predator-proof enclosure with support from conservationists, she no longer feared nightly lion attacks. Over time, Maria became an advocate for lions, sharing her success with neighboring farmers and encouraging them to adopt similar practices. Her story is a testament to how small, practical changes can create lasting peace between humans and predators. Ecotourism partnerships, protecting lions through prosperity. In Botswana's Okavango Delta, ecotourism initiatives have created opportunities for local communities to benefit economically from lion conservation. Lodges and safari companies partner with villages to ensure that a portion of tourism revenue is invested back into the community. These funds support schools, healthcare, and infrastructure, giving people a direct stake in protecting lions and their habitats. One such initiative is the Kwando Carnivore Project, which works closely with local communities to monitor lion populations and promote sustainable tourism. A young guide named Tumalo recalls how he once feared lions as dangerous predators, but now views them as the lifeblood of his village. Lions bring the tourists and tourists bring opportunities, he explains. Through his work, Tumalo educates visitors about the importance of lions while fostering a sense of pride in his community for their role in conservation. Education and empowerment. Inspiring the next generation. Education is a cornerstone of coexistence, and programs that engage children and young adults in conservation efforts are proving to be highly effective. In Uganda, the Pride Lion Conservation Alliance runs workshops in schools, teaching students about the ecological importance of lions and how to live harmoniously with them. These workshops blend storytelling, games, and hands-on activities to inspire a new generation of conservation advocates. A student named Amina shares how learning about lions changed her perspective. "I used to think lions were scary and dangerous," she says, "but now I see they are important for our environment." Inspired by the program, Amina dreams of becoming a wildlife ranger, protecting the animals she once feared. Stories like hers highlight the transformative power of education in changing attitudes and fostering coexistence. Cultural celebrations, embracing lions as symbols of unity. In some regions, lions have become symbols of community identity and resilience. In India's Gir Forest, home to the last remaining population of Asiatic lions, local communities have integrated lion conservation into their cultural practices. Festivals celebrate the lion as a guardian of the forest, with songs, dances, and rituals emphasizing the importance of protecting their shared heritage. One elder, Ramshbai, speaks of the lion as a sacred animal. "The lions are our neighbors," he says. "If we take care of them, they will take care of us." This cultural reverence has helped foster a deep sense of responsibility among the people of Gir, ensuring that human-lion conflicts are addressed with compassion and respect. The path forward. Building bridges for coexistence. The stories of coexistence between humans and lions demonstrate that conflict is not inevitable. Through education, innovation, and collaboration, it is possible to create a future where lions thrive alongside people. These success stories remind us that lions are not just symbols of wild beauty, but also testaments to the resilience and adaptability of both humans and nature. By fostering mutual respect and understanding, communities around the world are proving that coexistence is more than a possibility. It is a shared responsibility. As we celebrate these victories, we are reminded that the survival of lions is not just a triumph for wildlife, but a reflection of humanity's capacity for harmony and hope. The lion, the iconic king of the jungle, faces an uncertain future. However, conservationists, governments, and communities around the globe are working tirelessly to secure their place in the wild. The goal is not just to save lions as a species, but to preserve their role as keystones of their ecosystems. Lions regulate prey populations, maintain ecological balance, and indirectly influence the health of entire landscapes. Their survival is intricately tied to the well-being of the natural world they inhabit. As the challenges mount, habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, climate change, and poaching, the efforts to protect these magnificent creatures have become more urgent and innovative. Habitat restoration, expanding the lion's kingdom. Habitat restoration is one of the most promising strategies for securing the future of wild lions. Efforts are underway to reconnect fragmented ecosystems and expand protected areas, providing lions with the vast territories they need to thrive. Conservationists are working to restore degraded landscapes by reintroducing native vegetation, creating water sources, and establishing wildlife corridors that allow lions and their prey The king of the jungle stands not only as a symbol of strength and majesty, but also as a reminder of the intricate balance of life in the wild. A lion's pride has taken us on a journey through the lion's world, revealing their remarkable leadership, deep social bonds, and critical role in maintaining the ecosystem. These insights have shown that lions are far more than fierce hunters. They are the heartbeat of the jungle's ecosystem, influencing everything from prey populations to vegetation growth. Their existence supports the delicate balance of life, ensuring that the wilderness thrives as a vibrant and interconnected web. Through their leadership within the pride, we've witnessed the power of unity and cooperation. The lioness's tireless role as protector and provider, the cub's journey of learning and survival, and the male's vigilance in defending their territory reflect a microcosm of resilience and adaptability. These stories remind us that every roar, every hunt, and every bond within the pride plays a vital role in their survival. The king of the jungle. A lion's pride is not just a story of survival, but a call to action. It reminds us of our shared responsibility to protect these magnificent animals, ensuring their roar echoes through the wild for generations to come. By embracing the lessons of their strength, unity, and importance, we honor not just the lions, but the natural world they represent. Let their pride inspire us to protect, preserve, and celebrate the wilderness they call home. Thank you for being part of this journey. If you have enjoyed this journey so far, don't hesitate to come back for more. Give us a thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so as not to miss our next captivating and informative videos. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do so now. Thank you for your time, and see you in our next outing.